Hey doctors, welcome back to MedMadness, where we turn dense USMLE material into clear, unforgettable stories. Today's episode kicks off our public health sciences series with a big one: study designs and risk calculations. It's not glamorous like heart murmurs or brain tumors, but if you want to score points fast, mastering this section is like finding a secret shortcut. So grab your mental notebook, we are about to make this stick. Alright, imagine you are designing a study. The first question: what is your goal? If you are simply describing something, no control group, no comparison, you are likely working with a case series. Think, here are 10 patients we saw with the same weird rashes. You are observing, not proving. Now, set it up a notch. You want to take a snapshot in time, maybe to see how many people have hypertension in your city today. That is a cross-sectional study. These are all about prevalence. But don't be fooled, because they don't look over time. They cannot prove causality. What if you want to dive into the past and see what might have caused a disease? You grab a bunch of people with the condition, say lung cancer, and compare them to people without it. Then you ask, did they smoke? That's your classic case control study. The output, we call it as odds ratio. The higher the odds ratio, the stronger the association. And here is a trick to remember: take a case to the OR. Case OR. You can remember like that. Case control studies uses odds ratio. Fine. Now let's go forward in time. You take two groups, smokers and non-smokers. Then you follow them to see who develops lung cancer. That is a cohort study. It measures relative risk, or RR. It's all about incidents, new cases. And yep, mnemonic here, remember, like cohort is equal to RR. Now zoom out even more. Imagine comparing data across entire populations, say pollution levels and asthma rates in different cities. That is an ecological study. But watch out, it cannot link cause and effect at the individual level. That's a famous ecological fallacy. Just because asthma and pollution are linked in cities doesn't mean every polluted city kid has asthma. Now let's talk about trials. The gold standard is a randomized control trial. Randomization eliminates bias, blinding, removes subjectivity, and crossover trials let each person act as their own control. Then we have the phases of clinical trials. Phase 1. Is it safe? Phase 2. Does it work? Phase 3. Is it better than what we already have? And phase 4. What happens once it is out in the real world? And don't forget the intention to treat principle. It means we analyze the patients based on how they were assigned, not whether they followed through. Why? Because it keeps a randomization valid. Real life is not perfect, and neither are patients. Now let's break down the numbers that appear like clockwork on step 1. Odds ratio, relative risk, absolute risk reduction, relative risk reduction, number needed to treat, and number needed to harm. Here is a must know. Odds ratio is equal to AD by BC. This is case control. Relative risk is equal to risk in exposed by risk in non-exposed, and this is cohort. Absolute risk reduction is equal to difference in event rates. Number needed to treat is equal to 1 by absolute risk reduction. Remember, the lower, the better. Number needed to harm NNH is equal to 1 by AR. Remember, the higher, the safer. And don't forget the rare disease assumptions. When a disease is very rare, odds ratio approximates relative risk. That comes up more than you would expect. Lastly, let's sprinkle in Bradford Hill's criteria. You don't have to memorize all 9, but remember this. Temporality. The cause must come before the effect. If the exposure happened after the disease, it is not the cause, period. So let's bring this together. You have got the observational studies like case control and cohort, each linked to a specific risk metric. OR for case control, RR for cohort. You have got your trial phases, phase 1 to 4, each answering a specific question. You have got risk calculations like NNT and ARR, and you have got Bradford Hill telling you how to judge causation. Remember, these are not just formulas and definitions. They are the language of evidence-based medicine. When you master this, you are not just preparing for step 1, you are training to read papers, make decisions, and advocate for your patients with data. So keep pushing. You are smarter than you think and more ready than you feel, and we have only just begun. Stay focused, stay sharp. MedMadness has your back. See you next episode, and I'm Dr. Ram here.